Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So my name is Paulo and today we're going to be talking about Spain. Indeed, how much can you actually earn in Spain? Okay, so this is the fourth episode of this series. If you did miss out on the previous ones, I'm going to drop them on the link above, so feel free to click and check them out. So previously we spoke about the Netherlands, also Belgium, and also the UK, all around the same topic. How much can you actually earn? Okay, why am I actually putting all of this together? So essentially, I used to live on all of those countries and worked as well, and mostly, of course, in connection to CRM. And today, I'm just keen to share with you how much can you actually earn in Spain as a whole, high level, but specifically around customer relationship management. Okay, so on the back of this all connects to the fact that the Salesforce Economy is predicting to create 9.3 million jobs up to 2026 and have roughly 1.6 trillion in terms of new business revenue. Okay, so if you want to know how to ride the wave and actually get one of those jobs, yes, please feel free to stick around, and I'll let you know how much can you actually expect to earn in Spain. Okay, so before we actually jump into the money part, I'm going to give you a bit of context so that you have a better understanding of the CRM side of things if you are out of this area, or if you are actually part of this area, so that you have a better understanding of the different roles that exist out there. So I'm going to give you a bit of a background also in terms then of Spain as a whole in terms of the market. So let's start on that. So Spain as a CRM market, let's put it like that, is a late bloomer, okay, but it's growing actually quite fast, okay. Reason why I'm just underlying that, because yeah, more and more you will have not just people coming over, but also companies coming over, and even more and more international companies actually connect to the talent that you have in Spain. Okay, and this is mostly in relation to the two big cities, okay, Barcelona and Madrid, but nevertheless, yeah, it's growing all over, okay, to say so. So with regards to this, and for you to actually to better leverage your professional experience, background, etc., I'm going to give you then what is my take on the career path. Okay, so looking at this, you have four main tracks. Okay, so I'm talking about experience since I'm working on Salesforce since 2012. Okay, so on this and looking at Spain, I see four main tracks. Okay, so I see the admin track. Okay, what is an admin? Essentially someone that needs to focus on giving training, sharing best practice, doing a bit of configuration, but also maybe a bit of more advanced automations, also with flows, process builders. But aside from that, there's someone that also should be focused on the business side, giving training, and be at the end the go-to person, let's say, for the organization with regards to Salesforce and in connection to the user. Aside from that, what is it that you can also have in mind? So consultants, okay, so here you're going to have the functional consultants and the technical consultants, but either way, a consultant is someone that should actually gather the requirements, but should also give the proper advice in terms of the solutions by combining his or her knowledge on business and with tech. Okay, so you have more and more growing need for consultants in terms of Sales Cloud, CRM, and in terms also of Marketing Cloud. Okay, so I'll give you a bit more into that in a sec. Aside from that, you also have the developers, no programmers, and this is all over the place. It's not just on Salesforce, but is around the block, meaning more and more developers are needed, and the growth within developers is of course exponential. Okay, so a developer within the Salesforce world CRM is someone that actually focus on of course doing code, Apex, but also aside from that doing Visual Force, for instance, outer components, and also looking into the different classes that you can find, etc. around Salesforce. Okay, so last but not least, the architect track. Okay, so here, as I already said on some of my previous videos, so we are looking at the 1% when we are talking about people that actually are certified in architecture in Salesforce. Okay, so you have roughly 1,600 all over the world, and specifically within the technical architecture, you have roughly around 500. So it's not that much. Reason why they are counting as the 1% or being labeled as the 1%. So what is it that an architect should be doing? Okay, so he should be overseeing the technical and let's say the more functional solutions of the entire platform, and connect the different pieces of the puzzle and give the advice and actually have a conversation with the technical counterpart within the company, may that be, for instance, the CIO, the CTO, the technical leads, etc., whoever that may be on the other side. Okay, so in a nutshell, those are the four main tracks that you should be looking at while looking at Spain. So next, we're going to be talking money. Okay, so stick around. Okay, let's then talk about money. So how much can we actually expect to earn in Spain? Okay, so before I go actually into the details of the CRM world, I'm just going to give you a bit of a high level, okay, on the normality between brackets in terms of salary in Spain. Okay, so in Spain, you should be expecting to get an average salary of 27,000 a year. Okay, so translation will be roughly 2,250 euros a month. Okay, you need to take into consideration one thing. So in Spain, you can either be paid on 12 months or actually on 14. Okay, so that this will depend on meaning the agreement that your company has, or even if you have the liberty, let's say, to actually to choose between the 12 months or the 14 months. Okay, so this is just as a heads up. Okay, aside from that, also just to give you a bit of background as well, so the average salary in Spain is roughly similar to Slovenia, to Italy, around those lines. Okay, but also so that you know, meaning, and of course it's a bit still far off from Germany or France. But one thing that you can actually, and you will understand that in a second, if you're going into the CRM world, you will be higher than the average salary, okay, in Spain. Okay, so with that said, also so that you know, if you want to know more about the cost of living in Spain, working abroad, what is it that you can or not do, the different steps, please click on the link above where I'm describing exactly that in another video that I spoke about working abroad in Spain. You're going to be actually getting a bit more into the details of, for instance, special taxation, etc., and all the different steps that you have to go through while thinking on actually going to Spain. Okay, let's get back to business. Okay, talking about money specifically in connection to CRM. Okay, so within CRM, and looking into this, I'm going to connect then to the tracks that I spoke before. So we are speaking about then the four main tracks. Okay, so speaking of admins, okay, so and taking into consideration that the average salary is of 27,000. Okay, junior admin, and I'm going to be splitting this on junior and senior to give you a bit of an understanding of what could be then your evolution. Okay, so looking then into the admin, so an admin should be expecting to get around 25k, okay, as a starting point if you are more of a junior admin, and you can grow up to the 40k mark, 35, roughly around those ranges, around those numbers. Okay, so this is the expectation of the admin. And then looking at consultants. So here, aside from the junior and the senior, I need also to talk about Sales Cloud, but also about Marketing Cloud. Okay, so because as mentioned, there's a growing need of marketeers, consultants, due to the push in terms of digital transformation as well. Okay, that is impacting everyone. Okay, looking into this, and let's start with Sales Cloud. So consultants. So the consultants should be expecting to get roughly between 27,000, okay, starting from those numbers, okay, 27, and they could expect to grow up to the 42K roughly if you are more of a solution consultant, okay. So that should be your range. When you are looking more towards the technical solution consultant, that said, you should be expecting to get a bit higher, okay. It's possible that you're going to start roughly around the 27-30K mark, but it's expected also for you to grow up to the 45 and even 50K a year, okay. With regards to Salesforce Marketing Cloud, okay, so here the expectation is that you will start roughly around the same kind of numbers, okay, the 27, 30. It will depend a bit when is it that you start, but in Marketing Cloud, it's also possible that you will start even higher and getting up to the grounds of the 32, 35K as a starting point, and then up to where you can actually expect to grow. So it's expected that you can grow up to the 48, 50K mark, okay, and a bit over 52, 53 mark eventually, okay, if you are a very knowledgeable consultant in terms of Marketing Cloud, okay. So let's then talk about the next step, and we are talking about developers, okay. So a developer should expect to start around the 33, okay, mark, okay, 35, around those lines, and he could actually expect to get up to the 60K if he's a more of a junior, of a senior developer, okay. But this is really very high salary, so the expectation is normally that should go up to the 50K mark, okay. So that is the more normal range between those numbers up to 50K roughly. That should be your expectation as a developer, okay, or programmer. Then to close, you have the architect. So here I will do then a split, okay, between then the technical architect and also the solution architect. So if we start from the more junior, let's put it like that. So the expectation is that you're going to be starting around the 42, okay, or roughly around those lines, okay, both, let's say, for the technical and the solution architect. It's expected that the technical architect will actually earn more. So your expectation is that, for instance, for the technical architect, you can go up to the 70K, 75K. Okay, that's the expectation. And if you are more of a solution architect, the expectation is that you should be around the 65K. Okay, so talking about then a kind of a bonus. So we're talking about the testers, but also about the project managers. Okay, so if you are a tester, you should be expecting to get between the 27K to 42K, roughly 37K. You should not be expecting to go much higher than that. But if you are a project manager, then the expectation is that you're going to be starting roughly around the 40K mark, okay, and you should go up to 60K if you are more of a senior project manager, okay. You can even start lower than that with 35K, but the expectation is that you're going to go up to 60 or even plus than that if you are a very good project manager. And in order for you to get to those numbers, you need to be much more of a tech project manager. If you want to know more about that, just click on the link above. I created one specific video just on that, the differences between the more of a generalistic project manager and a more technical one. Okay, take a look. And if you want if you want to raise any kind of questions with regards to that, just reach out. I'm happy to help. Okay, and with that, we close this topic around salaries. Okay, hopefully this was interesting. And then just to close, we have the bonus track. So stick around, don't go anywhere. Okay, to close then the bonus track. So on the next episode and to close this series, we're going to be talking about Portugal. Okay, so Portugal is a country that is full of talent. Okay, and it's growing quite a lot as well, more and more with regards to CRM and also specifically Salesforce. Okay, normally labeled as a country of low salaries, I'm guessing that you're going to be a bit surprised when you get to see what is it that you can get in terms of earnings of salaries in Portugal. So stick around for that last one. Aside from that, if you want to know more about CRM, okay, just give me a shout. If you want to know more about different roles, just let me know. I'm happy to help. And if I don't know, I will just reach out to someone within my network and I'll put you in contact so that he or she can actually support you better than myself. Okay. Aside from that, just give it a thumbs up, destroy that button, please. Okay. Join me on this journey. And that's it, my friends. Take care. Enjoy your day. Okay. Bye bye.